Want to know all there is to know about this awesome SSD? Stick around. Hi guys, and welcome to TechteamGB. Today we're taking a look at the Samsung 850 Pro. It's a pretty awesome SSD. If you haven't seen an SSD before, then we have a lot to talk about, but if you have seen an SSD before, there's not too much different. Obviously, this one itself is the Pro model, so it's recently released. It's very nice. Very nice aesthetically as well, and we'll be taking a look at this and what's in the box and the performance in more detail in a second. But just to start off, it has this 128GB model has a 5-year warranty. I believe the larger capacities have a 10-year warranty. So, imagine the technology you're using 10 years ago. Probably a Pentium 3 or something like that, if you're lucky, maybe even Pentium 2 or Pentium 1. So yeah, you've got a real long lifespan on this. Obviously, it's a fairly standard drive, I believe 7mm thick, was the standard SATA. As I said, very nice looking, and the 128GB, even though it's small, does still work for a good bootable size. Obviously, if you're going to be replacing something like a 1TB hard drive on a laptop, this may not be the one for you, but if it's going on a desktop as your main, your OS drive, and then you're going to have 1 to whatever terabyte drives for your main data, then that's fine. I'm actually running an OCZ Vertex 4, which I'm comparing it against a little, as well as the 840 Evo, which we'll be comparing against in a little moment. So anyway, let's pretty much get on to what's in the box and then the benchmarks. So the drive itself, it comes in a very nice box, obviously with the subtle 850 Pro and actual 850 Pro branding, and it also comes with Samsung SSD branding, which means that it's, basically comes with Samsung's Magician software, which is awesome, and we'll be taking a look at that in more in a second. Now, the back of the box labels the VNAND technology, which is the 3D NAND technology, which basically means chips are stacked on top of each other. It also has a 5-year limited warranty, which is awesome. And if you want to know more about the capacities and sizes, then pause the video here and you can check those out. But as you can see, 128, 256, 512 and 1TB are all options, and as you can see, the 128 isn't the fastest, but obviously 256 is what I'd recommend. It comes with an installation guide, warranty statement, a driver disc, and the SSD itself, and you probably don't need any of those besides the SSD. Now, it's very nice, has standard mounting hardware for 2.5-inch drive, I believe it's 7mm thick, and has the standard SATA connectors. It does have some subtle Samsung branding in the front, as well as that lovely orange square in the front, which gives it that pro branding feel, and also just looks pretty awesome with a matte black aluminium finish. Now, we're going to move on to some benchmarks here. So as you can see, I did some synthetic benchmarks such as ASSD and ATTO, and basically, as you can see, ATTO is fantastic because it's about 570 megabits a second, or 568 I think. While that's not definitely realistic, as you can see in the center, I do have a copying going on here, where it's actually getting, up to 500 megabits a second, or megabytes a second as well. Now, comparing it to the Samsung 840 Evo, as you can see, the synthetic benchmarks are fairly similar, but in the real world it's a lot faster, which is very nice. Also, the 5-year warranty is pretty cool as well. Now, I did go to the Belgian Grand Prix, and that's what I'm copying in my real world folder copy. So there's about 14 gig of videos and pictures and music and other things that we won't talk about because I'm not allowed to, because NDAs. So yeah, stick around for that sort of stuff coming up. But anyway, taking a look at the drive performance, I really do like the drive. It's fantastic. In my opinion, it's one of the better SSDs out on the market, and is probably a great value. I won't say the price because it fluctuates so much, but even with the Samsung Magician software, it really does bring a great value add, considering that not only can you see the drive status, but also shows things like system information. So HCI mode is on. You can run performance tests if you want to, but performance optimization is the real key one here. I would definitely recommend, if you own one of these drives, to run these sort of things. And you can also choose from maximum performance, capacity, or reliability, or just set your own things up in the OS optimization tab, which is genuinely fantastic because it means that it can automatically just do everything you need. The over-provisioning is also able to be customized, which is fantastic because some drives, just just sort of hide certain amounts, and then that's it. You can also secure erase, and then the rapid mode is something that I really like. It basically uses the RAM to cache data that goes to the SSD. You have to have a minimum of 2 GB of RAM, but if you have one of these drives, I'm hoping that your PC isn't that old, so therefore it does have at least 2 gigs of RAM. But as I said, I really do like this drive. And as you can see, our real world benchmarks show that it is a fantastic drive. So yeah, on to me blabbering a little bit more about why I love the drive, and we'll see you all in a bit. So anyway, as I said, I really do like this drive. It's great warranty, great speed and great performance. Hopefully great reliability as well, considering that they're basically Samsung's telling me that this drive will last for a minimum of 5 years, which is fantastic. Obviously that's really great read-write cycles as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions about the drive or just anything about the testing or anything, then leave those in the comments down below. As I said in the benchmark bit, we do tend to use more real-world benchmarks, such as, boot tests and stuff like that. Although it's hard to show because obviously I have to use the Samsung Magician stuff to copy all the stuff that's on the SSD to then. It's a lot of work to show you just basic stuff, but I can tell you that having an SSD is just fantastic. It's generally brilliant, and if you don't already have one, then get one. If you already have one, then realistically, unless it's from 3 or 4 years ago, you probably don't need an upgrade just yet. But in my opinion, if you don't have one, you need to get one. That is the next thing you need to put on your PC, seriously. I go to PCs, when I'm working on PCs or anything, and then suddenly there's this one without an SSD in it, I just cry inside because it's just so terrible. So yeah, if you don't have one yet, stick one of these in your PC. Obviously great warranty, great speed, great reliability, and obviously with the Samsung Magician software as well, it's pretty awesome. So anyway, that's pretty much it from us. If you've, as I said, any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And the question to you is, if you do you already have an SSD, and if so, what SSD? So yeah, leave that in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you like it, and the dislike button if you dislike it. Leave a comment and let us know what you thought about the drive, the video, or anything else. And we'll pretty much see you on the next video.